Hey guys, Mad Science here. Today, I'm back for another episode of r/TIFU, and I am gonna enjoy this episode. I found some good stories. I'm only gonna do 3 today. This is more of a backup recording for when things fall through, which is a lot of the TIFU series, really. Especially considering the context of why I'll be doing this. But I'll not go into that detail, I'll go into that in some other time. Let's get into our stories. Let's start off with this one. Today I forked up by pretending to be mute on an airplane. This happened a while ago, but I still cringe when I think about it. I hopped on a short flight from Dallas to San Antonio to visit my brother. I ended up on an aisle seat towards the very back of a packed plane. As I sat, the guy sitting next to me was busy, and I decided not to bug him with the quick hello or the classic business or pleasure question that people tend to ask. About 15 minutes into the flight, I began to eat one of those very dry Biscoff crackers. Without water on hand, I realized I overcommitted my salivary gland for some real work. Of course, at this exact moment, my seatmate begins his opening conversation. I nod to him and smile, but I was not about to open my mouth to pep him with Biscoff cracker dust. Unaware of my dilemma, he asked me a question. I motioned to my throat with my hand to suggest I was finishing a bite. His eyes go large and he quickly apologizes and turns red in the face with embarrassment. I was surprised by his reaction and thought his response was a little over the top. A few seconds later, I realized that he thought I was motioning that I could not speak. No problem, I would clarify everything as soon as I could swallow my cracker. Unfortunately, this cracker must have been made from some properties that send all moisture to another dimension. As I waited, the stewardess came to save the day with a drink cart. She asked me what I wanted to drink. I just pointed at a Sprite can. As I did this, my seatmate clarified my choice by verbally telling the stewardess my selection. I could tell that he felt a sense of accomplishment that he was able to help me communicate given my perceived disability. Maybe it made him feel better after having asked me a question that I was unable to answer. As the flight continued, I realized that I accidentally committed myself to being mute. I was at the point of no return, so I figured I would just go with it. I didn't want to make him feel stupid. He began to tell me a couple of things about his family. He mentioned a relative with a similar impairment following a stroke. He also showed me a picture of his dog on his phone. He knew I could not respond, so he never asked me any questions. I just nodded and smiled at anything he said to be polite, not uttering a sound. Eventually our plane lands. By this time I forgot about my act. I sat patiently as people began to deplane. At the very back of the plane, I knew I had to wait, so I remained seated. My phone vibrates. I see that my brother is calling me. I accept the call and enthusiastically say, "What's up? I just landed. Give me about 10 minutes and I'll meet you out front." My memory sends me a notice a little too late to remind me that I'm supposed to be playing the role of mute person on this plane. I slowly look over to my seatmate to see if he really even noticed. His head was directly aimed at me. He had the most disgusted look on his face, like I punched a baby bunny. I began to turn red. I was so embarrassed I couldn't think of anything to say to make the moment less awkward. A part of my brain that does not get outside much convinced me to let me get out of the plane quickly. I turned that forward into action and I quickly got out of my chair and grabbed my backpack. I looked back at the guy and I can confirm he was more committed to maintaining his disgusted expression than I was at being mute. I quickly looked at the person in front of me, standing in the aisle. I could go nowhere. I remained standing for about another eternity until the line started to ease up. I finally made my escape, but this moment still haunts me. some point you have to just bite the bullet and just like, yeah, I couldn't answer because I was essentially like the dry version of choking without choking. Like, you have to at some point make a bit of like actually talking. Like, as soon as you had a sip of your drink, you make a noise. You talk to him. Like, the Sprite can is the line where you'd be like, okay, yeah, talk. Oh. So yeah, you could have saved yourself by taking a sip of your Sprite and then talking. Today I forked up by accidentally cooking the turkey upside down. I did not know that was possible. I don't really think this is a huge deal, but all of the other people in my family are freaking out at me. I was in charge of cooking Christmas turkey for the first time this year, so I got up early, seasoned it, and put it in the oven. I've been basting every hour or so, and I just pulled it out of the oven. Then my mum and grandma started freaking out because I cooked the turkey breast upside down. I genuinely did not know there was a right side up for cooking a turkey. It is thoroughly cooked, and it's not burnt or anything, but they are acting like I ruined Christmas. They are now saying they can't trust me to do anything, and I'm completely incompetent. They are trying to figure out where to get a turkey in a hurry since this one is ruined. I was in the middle of baking a cake, but now I've been ejected from the kitchen until it is time for me to do the dishes. Usually people who cook the meal don't have to do the dishes in my family. There, I cooked the turkey upside down and now I'm banned from the kitchen. Update, the guys at the house and I ate the turkey and it was genuinely the best turkey I ever had. The lady sat there glaring the whole meal and refused to touch anything I made. I helped with dishes just to keep the peace since I'm home from college for another 2 weeks. Many lessons were learned today and I am probably going to cook the turkey upside down for the rest of my life. No, you didn't cook the turkey upside down. You did it the wrong way. That annoyed your family. So what that you cook it upside down? If you do it correct, it's good. Hey, you can be the family that's got the upside down turkey. You can have that thing. But just all the women in the household just like, he done screwed up because he put it in upside down. Like, if anything, if you really think about it, because you got the turkey legs that stick, like they go down and stick up, right? You got like a triangle situation going on, and it like gets on both sides of the turkey. Why aren't we cooking turkeys upside down? Today I forked up by letting my dog eat a bag of edibles. Snoop Doggy photo inside. So long story short, I did this huge butter extraction that I sure I'd never have the time to use even half of it before the expiration date. So I was willing to make edibles for friends if they needed some. So this one time my friend asked me for some peanut butter cookies for their bachelorette party, and I said like, sure, no problem, my lady. They are already in the oven. After that, I used like 4 times a layer of plastic film, some layers of aluminum foil for mitigating the aroma, and shoved them into my bag. Don't want to be smelling like peanut butter. Important to point out that I have a Basset hound who's famously known for their insane nose, and I own the house so I can do whatever. I own the house so I can do whatever attitude. Turns out she immediately knew where the cookies were. Uh-oh. As I was about to leave the house, I went to the toilet for about 10 minutes only to find out my dog ripped the bag apart, chewing through all layers and eating like 30% of cookies that were in there. The good thing is that I knew that cannabis is potentially lethal for canines, so we immediately rushed to the vet. I might burn in hell for this, but I am absolutely sure that driving the whole voyage, she was tripping balls. She was so relaxed and fine in the car. Never ever have I seen her so easygoing and not contemplating every word I say. I felt like she was having a good time. Only to find out in an insane queue at the entrance, I already felt like short, but I had to lie my way through saying that she ate a whole bar of chocolate. Ooh. As we got to the vet, I had to whisper into his ear that it was not chocolate. The vet actually laughed when it all made sense, considering the red-eyed rasta that was right in front of him. He put her on IV, gave some meds, and in about 2 hours told me that she's going to be fine, and I need to cover her more this evening. As funny as this might sound from the side, I was very concerned and would do everything I can to prevent it from happening again. Oh, that's... On the screen in this video, I'm going to put the picture of the dog for you guys to see, because he did provide OP did provide a picture for this doggo. It's just like, this dog is whacked out of its mind, man. I'm glad your dog survived. Your dog got a nice old free trip out of it. And, well, your dog survived. Let's just make sure you hide the cookies better before you leave and pack them the last minute you go. Anyways, on that drugged moment, I'm going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to the main channel and the second channel if you're going to check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so the next video comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.